Hi and welcome to Pelvic Exercises. I'm Michelle Kenway. Today I want to show you some exercises to strengthen your legs if you're living with problems with your pelvic floor. Now these exercises are designed for women who might have had pelvic floor surgery in the past, perhaps you're living with a prolapse or you have some incontinence issues and you're looking to strengthen your legs without putting pressure on your pelvic floor. Now these exercises that I'm going to show you are ideal to minimise the amount of downward pressure in that area, but allow you to strengthen your exercises safely and effectively. Let's start with our first one. It's called a wall squat, and many of you may have done a wall squat before. This has a few differences. So first of all, you need to take the ball behind the curve of your back. So ball goes into the curve of your middle back, you take your feet right out in front. Now the difference when you're protecting your pelvic floor is that you keep your feet and your knees fist width apart. So make sure that when you do that exercise, when you're going to squat down, you can see that your knees stay that fist width apart, not wide open, which is going to open up that vaginal space and increase the pressure on your pelvic floor structures. So keep your legs narrow as you're doing this exercise. I've chosen to use a couple of light hand weights here. You don't have to do this exercise with hand weights if you don't want to. It's just a nice way of actually increasing the strength of your legs when you feel ready to progress to that exercise as well. So that's your choice. So shoulders are back and down, think yourself nice and tall. Keep the inward curve in your back as you do this exercise. Make sure before you start that you do a little practice squat and see your toes out in front of your knees so that you know that you're not going to put any pressure on your knees. So strength training, so our safe pelvic floor principles are not going too deep and keeping the weight light and keeping about a fist distance throughout the whole exercise between our knees and our feet. Let's bring our weights onto our pelvis so that we're protecting our shoulders and our neck. If you hold the weights down, a lot of pressure on your neck. So keep the weights up into your groin. Shoulders back and down, think yourself nice and tall. I'm going to go down into an exercise for 8 repetitions. Let's go nice and slow and steady down to that depth and back up. You can see I'm not going too deep into the squat. The deeper I go, again, the more pressure on your pelvic floor. So you don't necessarily need to squat deeply to strengthen your thighs. I'm getting lovely thigh workout just doing this sort of depth. And also it's a lot kinder to your knees if your knees tend to be sore. Keep that exercise going. Keep the inward curve in your back. Make sure that you sink your bottom bones down towards the ground during the exercise. Push down through your heels, lift up. Let's go again. Take it down slowly. Push down through your heels and lift your body back up to standing. Couple more. Take it down slowly. Lift up. Tense your thighs as you lift up. One more time. Shoulders back and down. Take the ball down slowly. Lift up. And relax. Give your shoulders a roll. Relax your shoulders, neck and shoulders. And that's one set of exercise. At home, ideally you should be doing between 8 to 12 repetitions of that particular exercise and progressing to do that 2 to 3 times in a row. Now obviously if you've had gynae surgery, you don't want to start that exercise straight after your surgery. You start your strength exercises when your specialist tells you that you're safe to go back to some leg strength exercises. And that's an ideal way of getting your legs strong again after surgery, but making sure that you follow those principles that I've already shown you. The next exercise is a lunge. Now a lunge is a very effective leg and buttock strengthener. You need to get your form right first of all. However, if you're someone that has one-sided buttock pain, avoid this exercise. So if you've been told that you've got sacroiliac joint dysfunction or SIJ problems, best that you don't do it because it's the type of exercise that can actually aggravate that. So what you do to get yourself in the right position is keep that one foot forward where you've had it. Take the other leg back behind. So I've got my right leg forward, my left leg back, so that I've nearly got the ball, I'm on the ball of my back foot, and I've got my heel just about off the ground. So my shoulders are back and down, and I can see my toe in front of my knee as I squat down. So my back heel's raised, I'm on the ball of my back foot, I'm thinking myself nice and tall. I'm going to lower my back knee down to the ground and lift back up slowly. Let's go again, stay nice and tall. And once again, I'm using my weights, you can see. You don't need to use weights again. You could just use that just hold the lunge without using your arms, or you could do an unweighted arm reach. Nice exercise. I'm doing that with weights, but you don't have to do that. You could do that without weights. Nice arm reach as well. So let's keep that going. So I think we're up to about number 5. We'll keep going there. You can see I'm bending my back knee down towards the ground. Can you see how my front knee stays roughly above my ankle? It's not going in front of my toe to protect my knees. I'll do a couple more on that side. I can feel my thigh working really hard, that front thigh, and my buttocks working hard as well. And let's do one more taking it down slowly and lifting up and bringing your legs back in and taking a break. How are you going at home with those? All right? Once again, ideally you'll be doing 2 to 3 sets of those of 8 to 12 repetitions each time. I think we did about 8 to 10 then. All right, the final squat exercise I'd like to show you is a mini squat. It's a modified form of squatting, a bit different to what we just did with the wall squat, and I'll show you how to do this. This is for women that don't have a fit ball at home. So I'll pop that ball down. I'll come side onto the camera so you can actually see what I'm doing. To do this exercise properly, I'll just roll that away. To do this exercise properly, what you need to do is, again, take your feet fist width apart, knees fist width apart. If you're going to use some weights, put them onto your pelvis. And what you need to do is sink your bottom out behind as you squat down. So as I take that down, my back stays with an inward curve, so I'm not hurting my back. I'm not going too deeply, so I'm not hurting my pelvic floor. My weights are light, so I'm protecting my pelvic floor at the same time. Slow and steady, just as if I'm going to sit down on a chair, bottom going backwards and lifting back up. Let's do 4 more. Slow and steady, bottom down and back up. I might do one from front on so you can see what I'm doing there. Knees slightly apart and back down. And 2 to go, all the weights in my heels, pushing my bottom back out behind. One last time, pushing it out behind and coming back up. All right, so how did you go with those exercises? I hope you went okay with them. We've done those 3 exercises that you can do to actually strengthen your thighs. Great exercises to do if you're living with prolapse issue or after prolapse surgery or after hysterectomy surgery, all conditions where we want to be protecting your pelvic floor. So we've done a squat against the wall, a ball squat, where you can use weights if you'd like to or not. We've done a ball wall lunge, and then we've done a mini squat away from the wall if you don't have a ball at home. Well, that's it from me today. For more information on safe exercises to protect your pelvic floor and be strong and healthy, please visit our site at pelvicexercises.com.au, and I look forward to exercising with you again soon. Bye for now.